Have you ever wondered if the universe you trust is nothing more than a glitch, an echo in cosmic static? Tonight, we'll dive into 8 radical thought experiments that upend everything you assume about identity, free will, and reality itself. Grab your curiosity because Fractal Minds is about to scramble it. Picture yourself as a lone consciousness that has spontaneously bubbled into existence from quantum chaos, complete with manufactured memories of a childhood, a favorite song, even this very moment. The Boltzmann Brain hypothesis says that, given limitless time, such a brain is far likelier to emerge than an orderly universe sustaining trillions of galaxies. Think about that. If it's statistically more probable for a single brain to randomly appear than for an entire stable cosmos to form, then maybe we're not living in a grand cosmic narrative at all. Maybe you're just a brief flicker of awareness in an otherwise chaotic void, dreaming a life you never really lived. Your entire world, your job, your family, your memories, might be nothing more than illusions encoded into a momentary spark of false consciousness, a glitch pretending to be a life. If that sends a chill down your spine, consider this. What if you can't even trust the people around you? Solipsism suggests that only your own mind can be known to exist with certainty. Everything else, your friends, the sky, this video, could just be a fabrication of your own awareness. According to solipsism, no matter how real the world seems, you have no actual proof that anything outside your thoughts is real. After all, you never see the world directly. You experience it through perceptions, and those perceptions are filtered through your mind. So, how do you know the people you love aren't just characters in a vivid dream? How do you know you're not the only consciousness in a universe that exists solely for your experience? There's no way to step outside your own mind and verify what's real. That leaves you in a philosophical bubble, talking to yourself, or perhaps pretending that others are listening. Let's say someone offered to teleport you to another city instantly. Sounds convenient, right? But what if the process involved scanning every atom in your body, destroying the original you, and rebuilding a perfect replica somewhere else? The teleportation paradox asks a terrifying question. Is the person who appears at the destination really you, or just a copy that thinks it's you? If your original body is destroyed in the process, was that a high-tech murder? And if, by chance, the machine malfunctions and your original self isn't destroyed while the copy is created, who is the real you? Imagine waking up in 2 places, both with your memories, both convinced of being the original. Identity begins to unravel, revealing how fragile the idea of self really is. Are we defined by our memories, our physical continuity? Or is consciousness something deeper that can't be duplicated like a file? Let's zoom out even further. The egg theory presents one of the most profound ideas in modern metaphysical storytelling. It suggests that you are not just you. You are everyone. Every person who has ever lived or ever will live is you, experiencing life through different perspectives. You were Caesar. You are your best friend. You will be a child born 500 years from now. When you die, you're simply reincarnated into another body at another point in time. The universe, according to this theory, is an egg, a place for a single soul to grow and evolve. Every experience, every joy, every sorrow is a lesson. And once you've lived every human life, once you've learned what it means to love, to suffer, to hope and despair through countless eyes, you'll be born into something greater, a higher state of being. Suddenly, treating others with compassion isn't just kindness, it's self-respect. Now let's consider something often associated with religion, omnipotence. The omnipotence paradox challenges the very notion of unlimited power. It asks, can an all-powerful being create a rock so heavy that even it cannot lift it? If it can, then there's something it can't do. Lift the rock. If it can't, then there's something it can't do. Create the rock. Either way, its power seems limited. The paradox has puzzled philosophers for centuries. Some say the problem lies in the question itself, which they argue is a logical trick. They claim that true omnipotence only includes what's logically possible. After all, asking for a square circle or a married bachelor is just a misuse of language. It describes nothing that can exist. Still, the paradox highlights how even our biggest concepts, like God or infinity, struggle to fit within the limits of human reasoning. Now let's take a darker turn. Anti-natalism is the belief that bringing new life into the world is morally questionable, maybe even wrong. Why? Because life by its nature includes suffering, hunger, pain, grief, heartbreak. These are inevitable. To be born is to be exposed to harm. Anti-natalists argue that if we cannot guarantee a life free from suffering, we should not create new lives at all. It's not about pessimism, it's about ethics. Think about it. Before someone is born, they can't consent to being alive. Once they're here, they have to endure the consequences of existence, good or bad. Add in overpopulation, resource scarcity, and environmental collapse, and the argument grows stronger. But others push back. They say that life is also full of joy, wonder, connection, and creativity, that the potential for happiness makes the risk worthwhile. The debate isn't about whether life can be beautiful. It's about whether it's fair to gamble someone else's future on that beauty. Now, let's take on free will. The illusion of free will might be one of the most unsettling ideas in all of philosophy. Imagine choosing between two ice cream flavors, chocolate or vanilla. You pick chocolate, but here's the catch. Your brain made the decision milliseconds before you were even aware of it. Science shows that neural activity predicting your choice happens before you consciously decide. So if your desires, beliefs, and decisions all stem from factors you didn't choose, your genetics, your upbringing, your experiences, how free are you really? If you can't choose what you want and you act based on what you want, are you ever in control? It's like being the puppet and the puppeteer at the same time, with no memory of tying the strings. You're not forced, you're compelled, and the compulsion feels like freedom. Finally, we end with an ancient metaphor that reveals a modern dilemma: the Ship of Theseus. Suppose a ship has all its parts slowly replaced over time. Eventually, none of the original components remain. Is it still the same ship? Now imagine all the removed parts are reassembled into a second ship. Which one is the real Ship of Theseus? This isn't just about boats, it's about you. Your body replaces nearly every cell over the years. Your thoughts evolve, your beliefs shift. So are you still the same person you were a decade ago, or even yesterday? Identity, it turns out, might be more fluid than we like to believe. Maybe who we are is not a fixed object, but a moving process, a pattern continuing in motion. So, traveler, are you a fleeting blip in the quantum foam, or an eternal soul living every possible life? Are you steering your destiny, or following a script you can't even read? Wherever the truth lies, the questions themselves are worth the journey. Drop the theory that rattled you most in the comments, and if you crave weekly voyages beyond the obvious, subscribe to Fractal Minds and ring that bell. Reality is vast. Let's map it, one paradox at a time.